Being a single parent is just one parent in a home and raising however many children you have.
I felt okay, but I had no choice because she would be a young mother. And I know she was going to have a hard time being a single parent by herself.
Well, she was young, so a lot of things she didn't know, so she needed a lot of help.
It sucked because she was around, but she was young, she was still not full connection.
I was scared. I was young still. Everything was just moving too fast. Like, I grew up too fast. I have 2 children. I have a daughter, 22, and I have a son, 9, who has autism. Every day is something new. It's very challenging, but as a single parent, it can be overwhelming sometimes. I was in love, as they say, at the age of 16, and I moved away from home with my current boyfriend at the time, which is my daughter's father.
No mother would be pleased with nobody moving in out of the house and living with their boyfriend. That's not too kosher.
I was in my senior year of high school. We had broke up.
Brenda came back home, and he moved to Virginia, I think.
And I found out I was pregnant. I ended up moving back home with my mom and dad, and they said that they would help me raise my daughter.
We felt okay. What could we do about it? Nothing. The baby was here now.
I had her a month early. She wasn't due until December 14th. So due to complications, I had a fever, and it just happened that quick. Like, I wasn't prepared. I figured I had time to get things together and prepare myself. But at that moment, I was scared. It just happened, and she was here. There was 8 of us in the household, so it was very, very overwhelming. And then I came home to find out my sister had just had a baby. So there was basically almost 3 very little ones from like almost 9 months to newborns in the house. So it was a lot of us. It was challenging, like I said, but we all pulled through. It was basically working together as a family. So through a program through social services, which is welfare, they sent me to a training class for office skills that I did for 6 months. And my parents had a bar, restaurant at the time.
Yeah, I gave her a part-time job. Brenda only worked on, I think, Friday and Saturday. Thursday and Friday. Her sister kept the baby while she went to work.
Help babysit her daughter. Help ask any paternal or maternal questions she may have in regards to raising a child. So a lot of on hands as far as helping her raise her daughter.
My first job was at Caldors, which I worked prior to finding out I was pregnant with Desiree. And my position had ended. So I got a job at Ernst & Young in Island, and I was there for 5 years almost until, my position ended there as well. And at that time, Desiree was, old enough to start school. Unfortunately, after I was let go from my job, I was in a car accident. So that hindered me for 2 years because I had shoulder surgery. So I couldn't do the things that I had to do. I had tried another relationship, and it didn't quite work out, as I expected. I didn't want to be a single parent for the second time, and let alone to find out a year and a half later that my child had autism.
And when she took him to the doctor, all them doctor papers they made for him, all the notes they raised up, and it came to what I said. He was autistic.
Yes, she struggled more. That was a huge change in an adjustment of life on her behalf as well as his and her daughter.
I think single parents often struggle with financial issues as well as emotional issues. To say that I don't know what to do as a single mom, I'm scared and I have anxiety issues, or, I have anger problems, is contradicting to what a lot of independent single moms stand for and pride themselves on. So they're not as accepting to emotional services.
It's very challenging as a single parent, but I had support, from my family. I had to go to support groups because I blame myself for him having autism. I didn't understand what it was myself. So, my daughter was 13 at the time, so it was very challenging for her because a lot of the attention was on him at the time.
Our daughter and mother relationship, that was a struggle because it really wasn't one. When Claudia was born, I was very angry because she was doing all the things with him that she didn't do with me. I kind of stayed away, made me stay at Nana's house more often.
Brenda will come by. She said, why we got to leave home? This is home. You understand? She said, this is home. I don't want to go back with you. I want to stay right here. This is my house.
I didn't think it was fair that she was going to give him a different life than she gave me. And everything that she gave him, I was craving and still was craving even when he was here. And I just didn't think it was fair. So, yeah.
There was something that happened where they were involving the parent that needs work. So not only do we work with the children in order to change their behaviors, but we also work with the families in order to ensure that whatever it is that the family is suffering from, whatever problems it is that the family is struggling with, we do family work as well, family therapy, to resolve some of those issues.
Me and her got very, very close. I'm happy with our relationship now. I still crave a lot more, but I'm happy with what I have now.
Now that my daughter is older, it's gotten a little easier. She helps out more.
I watch for it from time to time, buy him things. I pay rent. If my mom needs something or help with a bill or something, I help her.
I didn't think I would be working in a daycare now at my age, but my son has taught me patience. And like I said, it's still everyday challenges with him. And I thank God that he is, as they say, normal. But he's normal. I treat him normal. He has delays here and there. He might have a tantrum here and there.
To say that a single mother never experienced any kind of doubt or any kind of sadness, or was not torn about being a single mom, or didn't think about what it was going to do to their child, raising, only having one parent to raise them, or one biological parent to raise them. I think those kinds of things, those kinds of thoughts go through every mother's head.
But I just moved forward because of what was instilled in me as growing up.
Now I would describe her as strong, meaning that she had to deal with my brother and him being autistic, and then, having to deal with me and me craving for her. And I just think she's very strong, very strong.
That just made me stronger, being that I raised my daughter, 22 years. She's 22 years old. I did it by myself. My son is 9, still doing it by myself.
She turned out to be a pretty good mother. And today she still have her kids. She didn't give them up like her mother did her. Which I was very proud of her.
It's a lot more single mothers out here now than there was when I had my children. And they're young. And I don't want that for my daughter.
I learned that it is not easy to have a child young, that you have to put yourself aside and remember that you have somebody, else to take care of, that you can't be selfish.
My children, I don't regret having my children. I love my children to death. They are what makes me who I am. They push me to do better.
Not too many people have mothers. I'm just very grateful for her. And I'm happy that I do have somebody.
It's challenging, just like every day is challenging. But if you put your mind to, like I said, focusing on a daily routine, a budget, and goals, sometimes I don't feel like a single parent. It's just what you do on a daily basis.